All right, Young Living. Good morning. How is everyone doing? So excited to be with you today, coming to you straight from Utah headquarters here, and we are excited to have a day for you, to spend the day with you. So excited for this weekly dose of Valor. This is where you hear the latest and greatest. My name is Leon Atsity, and I will be hosting the call today, and I am excited to spend the day with you. We have some really good information for you today. We have some great things going on here. We recently I just recently returned, just got back last night from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We had an amazing On the Grow event out in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. If you haven't been to an On the Grow event, they are incredible. We had Dr. Mike Book out there who just killed it on the science side. He came in and just shared with us and let us know why other reasons why Young Living is continuing to just nail it, just continue to do amazing things, and the science behind our products and what we're doing. It was awesome. We also had David Little out there who came from the farm. He came to really tell us why we do have the best products. And it was just a bang up event. It was an amazing event on the Grow out in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So if you were there, use that chat box right now. Let's hear from you. Let us know how it was. We had leaders from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Maryland, from all that area right there. And it was incredible. We had over 1,000 people. It was like 1,100 and something people that we had at that event. And we packed that place out. We packed that Marriott out there. So thank you so much for those of you that attended. If you were there, use that chat box so we can hear from you. And it was amazing. We have more events coming up. We have a silver event coming up here in Utah here shortly. I'll let Mindy, and as she talks about announcements, talk a little bit more about that. And then Dream 1000. I know everyone is waiting on those results for Dream 1000. So we are just crossing our T's and dotting our I's and making sure that everything is lined up correctly. And we are going to get that out to you on this call, not today, but on the weekly dose of Valor. We're going to announce on the weekly dose of Valor in the upcoming weeks. So be watching out for that. We'll continue to let you know. You'll get information for us. We'll let you know when we're going to make that announcement. But yeah, that's coming up. So I'm so excited about that. Those Dream 1000 winners. It's going to be super exciting to announce that and let you know who is going to Hawaii, who's getting that year supply of Ningxia, who's getting the training, like everything that comes along with Dream 1000. Super excited to get that information out to you guys. Okay, today's call. We have an amazing call today. I'm super excited for our call. Let me give you a quick rundown of it. First off, we're going to have Eric Eames is going to come on from the foundation. So he's going to come on and share some updates from the foundation, what's happening there, and tell some cool things that they're doing right now, and share some information with us there. After that, we're going to have announcements and some fun giveaways from Mindy Trimble. And then to finish up the call, I'm super excited. It's every time we get a chance to hear from this guy, I pull out every single piece of paper that I have to take notes, and I make sure that I'm writing everything down and that I'm on top of it, because this week we have Brendon Burchard. So definitely super excited for that. We are going to have a blast with Brendon and learn a lot as well. So that's our lineup for today. But let's go ahead and get things kicked off. Let's start things out with Eric Eames, our Director of Marketing and Operations for our foundation. And we're going to turn the time over to Eric. Eric, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you, Leon. Appreciate that. And it's great to be with you all again on another weekly dose of Valor. I hope you all are up and running with us. Maybe got the kids off to school this morning. I know that's that time of year, and that you're just fired up for another Monday. What I just realized just like moments ago is that this is the last Monday of August, and that absolutely seems crazy to me. But I hope you're chasing your passions and you're working each day on your dreams that you have. And when we say dreams, it's not necessarily the dreams that come to you while you're sleeping, but the dreams that keep you from going to sleep, right? The dreams that keep you from going to bed at night. At convention, we at the Young Living Foundation have the opportunity to talk to you about dreams and how your contributions to the Young Living Foundation are helping children dream big around the world and in these underserved communities, and how your impact is just amazing, and we can't thank you enough for it. So I wanted to provide you a little bit of update. During the week of convention, whether you were there or not there, but we wanted to let you know that you helped us raise $1.3 million during that week. And that is a record amount for the foundation. And we just can appreciate you more for that. And as the month came to a close with some of the proceeds from the new convention products coming to the foundation, we ended the month having raised $1.4 million. So 1.3 during the week of convention, we ended up 1.4 at the end of July. And we just can't thank you enough for that tremendous support and your tremendous generosity. And I want to say thank you on behalf of those who are actually working in the field and putting your donations in actions. I'm talking about the social workers, the teachers, the educators, the therapists, the counselors, the cooks, those who are literally the hands and feet of your donations. And they are extremely grateful for you too as well. In fact, when I go out and visit with our partners, it's actually one of the things that they ask about. They ask about convention. They all know about it by now. They all ask about it. And it's amazing. When I tell them how many people were there, they're just blown away. When I tell them about your generosity, they're also just blown away. And one of those people I wanted to share you a quick story about is Julius Kumba. I call him Dr. Che. It's just easier for me, but Julius is actually the head nurse practitioner for Healing Faith at Uganda, one of our partners. Healing Faith, as you may know, is dealing with malaria and malaria prevention, education, and treatment. And Julius is leading a team of 10. I want to say that they've added to that team, but I don't think I've gotten that official word yet. But about 10 people he leads out on this mobile unit, and they go out to the islands of Lake Victoria. Right now, they're on the island of Jacuzzi. And every week, this team makes this sacrifice to go out there. They spend four days out on this island, leaving their families behind, leaving the rest of their life behind, to go out and help their fellow countrymen battle this disease of malaria. They are some of the most passionate people I've ever met. They love the work that they do. They love helping out their fellow countrymen, and they love being able to go out there and help make a difference for their own people. And it's just amazing to see. Julius is like one of the most generous people I've ever met. He knows more about malaria than anybody else on the team. And he was telling me this story of how when they first arrived in the village and where they set up camp, and they came to this village or on the island, and they set up camp on the island. And the first village that they did work in was the village they set up camp in. And so they went door to door in this village. They found 80% of the people were testing positive for malaria, which is an alarming amount. But they went to work. And 6 weeks later, when I came out with the video crew, this village had renewed life. In fact, as we were interviewing Julius with this same village as the backdrop in his interview, and I asked Julius, I said, give us an example of what success is for you, Julius. What's an example of success? And he looked me dead in the eye and he said, just take a listen. Do you hear any kids crying? Do you hear any mothers in anguish or grandmothers praying for help? And the answer to all those questions was no. It was a peaceful village when we arrived. Children were running around, playing, laughing each day. Parents were greeting each other and having their own friendly, engaging chats. It was a moment for me that I will never forget because that village was transformed. And a healthy village is a prosperous one. Julius and his team understand that a healthy Ugandan has the potential to achieve whatever he or she wants. And that's what we want for every village that Healing Faith comes in contact with. And they are right now, they're getting close to just completing that village in Jacuzzi, or that going to each village on the island of Jacuzzi. It's about 8,000 people that live on that island. And they're getting close to finishing up that island. So that's some exciting news, and we can't wait to share that with you as that comes to a close, and as they look to go on to the next island, which is again exciting. The work continues. Finally, I wanted to get to a couple of housekeeping items. You may have seen a communication go out where international roundups are going away. This is due to a new tax update that has come to our attention. in which the foundation needs to establish entities in international markets before we can collect donations through the VO. So we are working with regional presidents on a strategy for that, on a global strategy. We're first concentrating on the top international markets, but we will work through that strategy. But I just want to make sure that you also understand that in the US, Roundup is not going away. Since the foundation is an established entity in the US, we can still do roundups in the US, so that's not going away, and it still remains one of the easiest ways for people to get involved with the foundation. But as you saw at the convention, we are also asking members to become Freedom Builders. And you can learn more about the Freedom Builders movement and how to get involved. International members can also get involved in this as well. They just go to younglivingfoundation.org/freedom to find out more information. Right now, we're just asking people to simply donate $1 a month. I think everyone and anyone can donate $1 a month to the foundation. That's simple and easy. So we're just asking people to sign up, become Freedom Builders, and we'll have more information about this program in the coming months as well, as we look to make the program even better. And so another exciting thing that's coming up for the foundation is its service trip season. We're getting ready to go out on some service trips here in the next couple months. Our team will be spread across from Uganda to Cambodia to Nepal, but it's also a service trip application season. So starting next week, you'll be able to apply for 2020 service trips with the foundation. You'll have until about the end of September to submit your application. So look forward to seeing that announcement from us. Follow Young Living Foundation on social media to get those announcements, and also look for those emails that are included with your Young Living emails that you get. But it's a chance for you to apply. If you have an itch to go and serve with us, please take the opportunity to apply. We would love to see you out with us in the field, serving and seeing actually your donations in and what they do in the field and the impact that it makes. Thank you so much again. I was excited to be with you. Leon, I will kick it back over to you.
Wow, thanks so much, Eric. Really appreciate it. Holy cow, are you kidding me? Like, I am always blown away by Young Living, by our foundation, what our members do. $1.4 million, incredible. Just coming back from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, spending time with our great leaders out there. And it's just a reminder of all the amazing things that our leaders do. I truly feel that this company is so blessed. And we're consistently, just breaking down barriers. We're consistently just doing amazing things, hitting billions of dollars in sales. And I honestly believe the reason that we have so much success and success finds us and we find it is because of all the great things that we do. The things that you leaders do, you members do to bless the lives of others, to change, your family, your friends, your community, and eventually the world. Our foundation is amazing. And thank you so much for that information, Eric. Thank you for everything that all of you leaders do. It's incredible. It's honestly inspiring. So thank you guys. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate that update. All right, let's go ahead and keep moving through this call. Let's get to our announcements and our giveaways. Mindy, if you want to go ahead, are you there?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Leon. Happy Monday. I'm excited to be here with all of you on this beautiful Monday morning. So I want to get right into the announcements. As you guys know, and as Leon has mentioned a couple of times, we just wrapped up our On the Grow event in Pennsylvania. It was a successful event, ton of fun. We had a great turnout, and so I want to let you know about the ones that are coming up. We've got our Minneapolis, Minnesota on September 7th. We have on September 21st, Lansing, Michigan. We've got Toronto, Canada on October 19th, Houston, Texas on November 16th, and Orlando, Florida on December 7th. So make sure you guys have those on your calendars. Look and see if you're going to be in the area. They are definitely worth going to if you are able. The other events that we've got going on, which are always amazing fun events, is our beauty schools. We have October 5th and 6th in San Diego, California, October 19th in Kansas City, and December 6th and 7th here in Utah at our Midway Zermatt resort. So that one's always a great one. Remember that the difference is there are 2-day beauty schools, and then there are also 1-day beauty schools. So make sure that you get on their website. You can get to it from the .com and check out the differences between the two and which one is which for your area. All right, we also have coming up our Silver Retreat, September 26th through 29th here in Salt Lake. So hopefully you guys are getting all of those plans confirmed and wrapped up, and we are so excited to have you here. We will all be there at the Silver Retreat, and we're really excited to see all of you and celebrate your success with you. So we've got that coming up. Make sure that you also are congratulating your team members that will be coming, and what a huge accomplishment for them. This is our last week of August, and so I hope that you guys are all pushing to the end of the month to get those promotions that we've got, those PV promotions for August. Don't forget, we've got at our 100 PV level is Citrus Fresh, 190 the Super C and chewables and tummy jies, 250 PV the Thieves Roll-On, and then our 300 the cute little woodland creature set with the Thieves Waterless Hand Purifier. So we still got an entire week left to push to get all of those things, so make sure you're doing that. Another promotion that we've got going on right now is our back to school, back to business. For any reactivations with a 50 PV order or more, get a free Thieves foaming hand soap. So make sure that you're looking through your organization, who could possibly get reactivated, and let them know about this. I know at my house, I can never have enough of the Thieves Hand foaming soap. So make sure that you are letting people know about that. The other exciting thing that we have going on right now is our open market in South Africa. You guys, this is a huge, huge thing, and we're really, really excited about it. So just to kind of let you know, we will be having a ribbon cutting and tour there in at the South African offices on Saturday, October 26th. So, and then the next day on Sunday, October 27th, will be the grand opening event. So look for more information on that on the Diamond Facebook page, the Leader Connection page, and also in Grow in your VO. And there will be more details about that. All right, let's get to our product giveaways and trivia questions for the week. Our first question this week is, what are the 3 essential reward kits? What are our Young Living 3 essential reward kits? And the winner of this question will get a 5 milliliter oil of Divana. All right, question number 2. How many different diffusers are available with our PSKs? How many different diffusers are available with our PSKs? The winner of this will get a 5 milliliter bottle of our White Angelica. This is one of my very favorites, you guys. This is awesome. Number 3, how many Thieves products are included in the Thieves starter kits? How many Thieves products are included in our Thieves starter kits? And the winner of this one's also amazing, is our 25-year blend anniversary, 5 milliliter. So those are our 3 questions, you guys. They are chosen randomly. Put your answers in the comments and we will send you your free gift. All right, you guys, thanks for letting me be here with you, and I will see you next week. Back over to you, Leon.
Thanks, Mindy. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the great information, the great announcements, and then the fun giveaways. Very cool. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and move along with the call. Now we get to hear from Brendon Burchard. If you guys haven't had a chance yet, I know most everyone has, on a previous call, but holy cow, his topic today is killer. And he's an amazing guy. Like, honestly, he is. He's a New York Times bestselling author. He's known as the world's leading high performance coach. He also if you haven't read his book, High Performance Habits, go get it. One of my all-time favorite books. And honestly, he, more than anything, I love hearing from Brendon, love spending time with him, because he just wants to make sure that we're all living our best lives. And that's just, it's awesome. He cares about people, and he wants to make sure that we're getting the most out of life. So without any further ado, I'm going to turn the title to Brendon, and we get to hear today on another great topic of becoming pro. And I'm excited to hear it. I'm going to be taking notes like crazy, like I know everyone else will. Thanks so much, Brendon. Appreciate you being on.
My man. Thank you, Leon. Good seeing you, man. Thank you for having me again. I appreciate you always.
You bet.
Hey, everybody. I'm so excited to be chatting with you today. I'm on the road down in Puerto Rico today and have a big topic. I know so many of you are in that sort of stage of you're coming out of the summer. Maybe the kids went back to school. Maybe you're kind of revivifying your passions, your goals, and you're getting serious. You're looking at these next couple months and saying, oh, I'd better be on my A game, for your family so that you can earn more, for the cause of what we're trying to do here, to reach more people with the products, for you to be able to show up and be proud of what you do at work every day, for you to feel like, you know what, I'm doing something, because it's so easy to be stuck in like summertime exhaustion and summertime mode and not break through. I was joking with Mindy right before. I said, I'm struggling with that a little bit. I just got off our summer vacation with Denise and I, and we toured around Europe a little bit, and now we're back here in Puerto Rico, and then off to the United States for a bunch of events. I mean, we're just traveling and traveling and traveling. And I know sometimes when you're coming out of that summer mindset, it's hard to shift gears, even though you're probably excited because maybe you got a bunch more time because, the kids are off to school now and somebody else is watching them and in charge of them. And you have this moment to say, oh, what do I want to focus on? What do I want to get done? What do I want to make happen? And what I'm going to encourage you today is to adjust your mindset, take on a new identity a little bit, and change some of your habits so you can do what we call becoming a pro. That's the topic today's call, becoming a pro. So many people are forever stuck in amateur hour. And I know that's really hard to say, and it sounds flippant and it sounds a little rude, but they are. They're always in amateur hour. And what I mean by that is almost literal. Like maybe they give 1 hour a day to being excellent. 1 hour. That's amateur hour. And during that hour, they kind of work a little bit, and then they check their phone and their social media, and they kind of move some paperwork around, and they don't really go into that hour intentionally, because sometimes, you only have an hour before the kids get home, or before you got to do this next thing, or before this thing happens. So how do you approach that hour and your day as a professional? Because the challenge is so many of us think we have forever to do things. We don't take our time seriously. We forget that life is short. We forget that, the week goes by, the next week goes by, the next week goes by, and all of a sudden we just haven't really moved the needle forward for our product, for our business, for our families. And so we're kind of forever in this mode of kind of being and feeling like an amateur, feeling like, gosh, I'm not really all in this yet, or gosh, I'm not getting ahead yet. Because what professionals feel like is they feel this great sense of engagement and progress. It's like every day and every week they were like, wow, they lay their head, on the bed at the end of the night, and they just think, wow, I moved some things today. I got some things done. I'm moving my family and my life forward. And there's a different sensation about that type of life. Obviously we talk about that in terms of high performance, and it's a big fancy phrase, but I love to talk about that. It feels like when you're high performing, you feel engaged, you feel confident, you feel very motivated because you've got momentum behind you. And part of this conversation today about becoming a pro is going to address the realities that we all face as those times in life when we feel amateurish or behind, or we have that summer mindset. And we lose the opportunities to really earn more for our family, to get ahead faster, to finish the day feeling proud. And I know these are sensitive topics because sometimes, hey, look, life gets in our way and we don't achieve as much as we want. But there has to be a higher degree of intention if you're ever going to really change your life. There has to be a higher level of enthusiasm and discipline to get your business going. Isn't it true? Like we're always talking about, hey, be a leader, lead your teams, lead the business, lead yourself. But the issue is sometimes that summer fog is still going on. Like, I'll get to it next week, or I'll get to it next fall. No, listen, you really only have, and this is really important, you really only have about 90 days left of this year. I know it doesn't seem like it because you're like, no, Brendon, we got September, we got October, we got November, we got December. But when you factor in holidays and all the mess of the time that people lose before, during, and after holidays, you don't have a lot of days to move your life, your business forward right now. So I tell you right now is the time to become a pro. It's time to say, okay, what does becoming a professional look like to me over the next couple of months? Even if you're already like, Brendon, but I got a job. Hey, I'm already good at this. I'm already a leader. I've already achieved this level. It's like, okay, what if you double down this year? What if by the end of this year, you hit, the holiday season or the new year with so much momentum behind you that you already knew 2020 was set? That's my ambition for you, becoming a pro. People think sometimes becoming a pro is about just being more disciplined or more professional. I'm like, no. Sometimes becoming a pro, the real great blessing of it is the peace that you feel inside, knowing your future is handled. You know what I mean? The peace that you feel inside, knowing your future is handled because you handled today well. That knowing your future is handled because you showed up with excellence, with focus, with discipline today. Now, that's not how summertime mindset is, right? Summertime mindset, you're just trying to, get the kids off to the next 5 things, get them washed, clean, clothed, fed, you're trying to figure out what you should do in the short amount of time that you have it. But now you have a little more time. Now you're heading into the fall. Now it's time to become a professional again, to go really hard at this, to really focus, to really batten down. I know you're motivated. You're here. That's why you join these calls. But I really wanted to start the call off with that mindset of like, wow, maybe you could enter 2020 incredibly peaceful, knowing you and your family are good because the way that you work these next 90 days. And I'll tell you, that's what I'm focused on in my own career. I'm always sharing with you all what I'm working on too, is I'm like, okay, coming out of that summer mindset, how do I make these next 90 days incredibly like just focused and momentum gaining? And that's what I want for you. So I've got 4 big ideas for you today. And this is, again, around the topic of becoming pro. The first idea is so basic, but everything in life revolves around the simple thing of intention. And to become a pro, your intention must shift in this regard. You have to have the intention to excel. Not the intention to survive, not the intention to do okay, the intention to excel. And what I mean by that is, listen, if you and 3 of your friends, started working with this company and you feel pretty good about it and you feel pretty happy, I want you to have that intention to excel beyond them. Not because you're competitive, because sometimes you need benchmarks. Sometimes you need to compare yourself a little bit to challenge yourself a little bit. Because what amateurs don't do, amateurs compare themselves to other people. And what they do is they become disheartened by that. That's how you know an amateur. When they see someone else doing good, they go, oh, I'm not as good. I guess I'll go watch some Netflix and eat some food. And you've been guilty of that, as I have been too. When we're amateurs, we compare ourselves to other people and we feel disempowered. We think, I'm not there yet. I'm not good enough. Look how far she is. Oh my gosh, who am I to start this from scratch? How silly am I? But professionals don't do that. When you turn pro, your intention is to excel. And when you have the intention to excel, you don't mind comparing yourself to other people and seeing where they're at and going, oh, okay, I'm only on mile 1 here and we're running together and they're much faster than me. But tell you what, by the time we hit to mile 20, I will be strides ahead. That's not something about being competitive. It's the idea that it demands of you to become better. You can't have the intention to excel without having the willingness to compare yourself to others in empowering ways. Oh, where am I at really? How much did I really get done today? Because, the most convenient and simple ways to gauge that is by looking to see what other people on your team or in this organization are doing. Where are they at? Did I show up like them? Am I giving my all like them? Am I doing my tasks like them? And not because you need to copy other people, but because you need that benchmark. Somebody's doing a better job than you. And if you can accept that, you're a pro. I know other people in my industry, other people in my careers and our research organization, sometimes on stage, sometimes on video, sometimes on social media, out there doing deals. I know people are outperforming me. That doesn't bother me. My truth is, I just know that my intention is to excel, to have that excellence mindset that says, oh, I'm going to get so much better at this, right? Not just a growth mindset to say, I can learn, a growth mindset that says, I can become excellent. I can master this. I can do it better than other people are doing. I can do it better than my spouse believes I can. I can do it better than other people starting out can be doing. Because with that intention of excellence, we start to excel. But think about how easy it is when you're an amateur to just go, well, I hope this goes okay. So I'll just bumble into this situation and see how it goes. When you have the intention to excel, you prepare. When you have the intention to excel, you think about what are the different things that I can do to move the needle that I will deliver with more excellence better than other people. When you have the intention to excel, it gets you out of bed in the morning. It makes you work harder in the afternoon when everybody else gets down and tired and gives up. You're still going because you go, no, I got more to give here. That intention to excel is that thing that drives you. And some people say, yeah, Brendon, you're just talking about comparing and competing. And no, I'm talking about you doing better for your family. Because if you don't have the intention to excel for your family, they'll never have it better. You won't be able to afford college. You won't be able to get ahead. You won't be able to fill that bank account or take care of your retirement. The intention to excel has a reason why behind it. And that why is your family, your lifestyle, your purpose, your mission. And it's something you should not back away from. Because if you haven't had the ambition to get better, I hope you'll watch some of our previous, episodes we've done with you all to see that I'm always trying to tell you, listen, ambition is okay. It's so okay that you want to excel. Stop beating yourself up for wanting more. It's okay that you want more for your family. It's okay that you want more for you. It's okay that you want more in the bank account. Like, stop dishonoring that by saying, well, I guess my real intention is just be comfortable and just have, tomorrow will be just like today because I know what today is like. You got to be comfortable with pushing yourself. And that only comes from the intention that says, I want to excel here. I want to be great. I want to be great. It's like the great Zig Ziglar taught us. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to become great. You really got to have that intention to excel. The next meeting you have, don't just go, I hope it goes good. Think through it, prepare. How do you excel in that meeting? How do you persuade better? How do you enroll better? How do you follow up better? How do you just wow people? We're going to talk about that in this call as well. I think it's so important that you allow yourself that intention to excel. Like, listen, get better in your health right now. Get better in talking about your products right now. Get better in connecting and networking right now. Like, have the intention to excel and excel now, not 5 years from now. You only got 90 days basically until really the end of the year. That might not feel like it, but again, those holidays are going to sneak up. So how much are you going to excel and get done? What I always tell my audience, but also my team, is that I want you to be SWAT team. I want you to walk in when it's time to work, whether that's sitting down at the kitchen table, whether that's sitting down in your office, whether that's, getting a few calls off in the car. I want you to go, okay, time to SWAT team. Let's make some magic happen. Let's get 5 times more done in the next hour than most amateurs ever would. And that's what I tell myself all the time. Like, okay, Brendon, SWAT team time. Let's see what we can do. Let's just see. I'm just getting back from vacation. So I'm already thinking, what can I get done in this next week that would just be like a SWAT team? It looked like, wow, Brendon showed up with 40 people behind him and he got stuff done. Even though it's just me, I got to ask that question. How can you get so much done? It's going to require you to change, to have that intention to excel. And when you want to excel at things, good things start happening. One major thing really starts happening. when you really want to excel in life, a mindset shift happens that you get more strategic. You get way more thoughtful about your activities, about what you're doing each day, about your progress points. Everything shifts towards that. And that's a magical time. And that's why I'm going to bring up point number 2. If you're going to really get it done this year, if you're ready to become a professional and not just an amateur, here's the simple tactical thing. Fill that calendar, my friends. Fill the calendar. Now, many of you were great at this throughout the summer, weren't you? You know, you got your kids off to that summer camp, or you ran them here and you ran them there, and you were busy each day. You knew what was happening Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. You thought about what's happening on Saturday and Sunday on the vacation. Some of you planned vacations, and you planned your vacation down to exactly where you're going to go to get that picture, what restaurant you're going to eat, what hotel you're going to stay at. And you were so thoughtful about that. Be that thoughtful or more about your business, about your earning. What I tell people all the time is, you know, most people will spend more time shopping and thinking about, like, you know, the thread count of their sheets while they're standing there at Target looking, which sheets do I buy? And they'll go and they'll compare and they'll think and they'll think and they'll plan about their house and the things they're going to do. But they'll spend this much time strategically building their calendar so they can succeed. I want you to fill your calendar. I want you to approach the next 90 days as if you only had 90 days to ensure that 2020 was going to be a success. Only the next 90 days. Like, you had to work so hard and get so much done each of the next 90 days to enter 2020 in such an incredibly peaceful place. Now, I know some of you are like, no, 2020 is way out there, Brendon. What I'm trying to encourage you to do is there's not that many days. So you really got to fill the calendar with needle moving activities. Your calendar should be filled with meetings, about meeting with prospects to get them into your team. Like, should be filled. You shouldn't bumble into Monday and be like, what am I going to do this week? If you're still doing that, I got to tell you, you're still in amateur hour. You know, that's the difference. Pros are filling their calendar with activities, with training, with events, with meetings, with follow-up times, with times to make presentations or do their media or get themselves prepared to build the business. Like, their calendar is run in such a way that they can manage their life more efficiently and strategically. You know, if I parachuted in your life and I looked at your calendar, is it obvious what you are trying to achieve this year? Or if I looked at it, it's like, well, there's no meetings in here. You know, there's no learning in here. I don't see any major activities planned or scheduled for them to build their business. You know, because what amateurs do is they just show up each day and they're like, I guess I should check some social media. I should check some email, and, you know, maybe good things will come from that. In other words, amateurs are flying by the seat of their pants. Professionals are strategically planning their advancement. That's what I want you to do. Are you strategically planning your advancement, or are you bumbling through the days? If you're bumbling through the days, that's amateur. And I know it hurts to say that, and I know it can sound disrespectful, but I literally say that only because I do respect your capabilities. I respect your potential. And if you really activated your potential, you would activate that calendar. You and I both know it. You cannot go through so many days bumbling. I mean, what people don't realize is the incredible cost of bumbling through the days. You know, the average American now spends 36 minutes on social media. 36 minutes just on Facebook each day. And that's just consuming Facebook. That's not posting or advancing their business. That's just like scrolling and swiping. It's not doing business. It's just like browsing. And you always hear me talk about these in episodes, that real cost of browsing. I mean, think about it. If you're on Facebook 30 minutes a day, or any social media browsing each day, how much is that? That's 30 minutes on a Monday, 30 minutes on Tuesday, 30 minutes on Wednesday, 30 minutes on Thursday, 30 minutes on Friday, 30 minutes on Saturday, 30 minutes on Sunday. Think about that for a minute. That's 7 30-minute blocks gone. I mean, that's an unbelievable advantage. You had 3.5 more hours that you could have SWAT teamed and achieved something that week. And I know you don't need this productivity conversation from me all the time, except you do. And so do I. And so does everybody else who's a high performer. Because professionals can always recognize what we call dead time. Part of becoming pro is recognize dead time, time that you just wasted, and going, you know what? No more. I can't do that again. To recognize when you wasted an hour of your day, and to be okay with getting hard on yourself about that, feeling a little guilty and going, you know what? My family deserves more. People always say, well, Brendon, don't tell people to feel guilty about, things. That's an awful thing. I mean, you're the personal development guy. How could you tell people to feel guilty? I'm like, you know what? Because we've gotten to a place where we set so low of standards for ourselves and our society. We have a lot of people who are doing irresponsible things, they're being irresponsible for their family. They're being irresponsible for themselves and their health. They're being irresponsible with their time to their companies because we think we can get away with it because no one holds us to account anymore. And if no one holds us to account, and if we don't hold ourselves to account, think about all the time we could waste. We could waste so much time. And then who suffers? Your family, your health, the people you're trying to lead and support, this organization. So I hope that makes sense to you, that when I say I want you to feel guilty about time wasted, it doesn't sound, great. I'm not saying I want you to feel disempowered. I'm not saying get down on yourself. I'm just like, recognize like, oh, I feel guilty when I waste time. And people go, Brendon, that's terrible. No, I feel very guilty when I waste time because I also feel very blessed that God gave me this breath, this opportunity, this moment to get things done. My guilt comes from the recognition of blessing, of reverence. And so I don't think it's a bad thing. I think sometimes guilt can knock you up to the head and go, hey man, pay attention, be better. So people, I think we always like to shine a bright, happy, light on lots of things, but sometimes those negative range of emotions are real. It's real that I wasted some time and I shouldn't do that. And I don't want you to do it. I want you to be proud of how you spent your day today. Here you are spending some time watching some training to improve yourself. Be happy about that. Give yourself some credit for that. When you get good things done each day, feel proud about that. Feel good about that. That's what I want you to feel. I want you to feel that great level of engagement and joy that comes from leveraging time well. I always tell people, you want to know if somebody's really grateful for life? Check out their time management. They manage their time well. They recognize, you know what? Life is precious. You know what? We don't have a lot of times. I mean, some of you have had kids go off to school. Some of you probably just, help launch your kid into college. Think about that. Think about how fast that time went. At some point you thought, geez, am I ever going to get through this childhood with, and then you thought, am I ever going to get through this season with my kid? And then all of a sudden, oh wait, you're sending them off to college. Time goes like that. And at some point, we're all going to be held to account about how we use that time. And what I'd love for you to do is fill that calendar with needle moving activities that are going to build your business. Literally, when you finish this call today, sit down with your calendar and go, okay, what are the major things I'm going to do to move this business forward? What day am I going to do this activity? Like literally block the time out. I mean, you guys know I use the high performance planner that we developed at the High Performance Institute that I literally can barely, if I don't use that each day to block out my time, I'm a hot mess. I don't know about you, but if I don't have a calendar, I'm a hot mess. So I have to do it, I do it old school. I like to write it down and look at the blocks of time and I say, okay, this is when I'm going to do my email today. I don't check my email throughout the day. This is the time that I'm going to do email. This block of time in the morning, this block of time at the end of the day. That's the only time I look at email. I don't sit there and hope something comes in to give me something to do, because the other blocks of time I have planned what to do. Call this person, reach out to this person, build a proposal here, follow up on this there. Like by scheduling that calendar each day, I've gotten more proficient at managing time. Now, some of you have never done it before, so it's gonna be like first step, like, okay, just plan tomorrow better. Literally just plan tomorrow better. Some of you are like, but Brendon, I planned my day tomorrow. I only had like one thing to do. I don't know what to do with my time. I'm like, fill it with conversations and interactions that will build your business. Reach out to more prospects. Go to more networking meetings. Go hang out with your community members or take the girls to lunch and talk about the products. Get yourself in motion, but start scheduling that time. Stop hoping that the meetings will happen and one day you'll make more money. Instead, make the meetings happen, schedule it. I mean, here's the easy thing. Do you have anything scheduled for next Wednesday that will build your business? Simple question, right? We're only talking about what, 10 business days from now. Next Wednesday, is there anything scheduled to build your business? If not, that's how you know you're still an amateur hour. If you got stuff planned for next Wednesday to build the business, that's how you know you're starting to become pro. Does that make sense? It's not about scheduling every minute of your day because, for me, creativity is important, family is important, my health is important, but because those things are important, I also schedule them. It's like, that's when I'm going to work out right there. That's when I'm going to take a long lunch with my wife right there. That's when I'm going to go for a walk right there. By scheduling a little bit more of it, I make sure it happens. Because if you don't schedule it, it doesn't happen. And then when it doesn't happen, all of a sudden your health got compromised. Your time with your family got compromised. And what did it get compromised by? What did you compromise your health for? What did you compromise your health for? What did you compromise your family time for? You know what you compromised it for? Browsing and lack of planning and scheduling. Isn't it true? That's what's killing us all. So that's what I'm saying. Fill that calendar with needle moving activities that show you're a professional. I hope I didn't beat that to death, but I think it's really important as a topic because so many people bumble into so many of their days. If you need help with this, go on Amazon, get the High Performance Planner. That's my planner. It's the one I use every day, or get any other tool or resource, or just bust out a piece of paper every morning when you first wake up. Write down your 3 goals, write down the things you need to say to yourself and the things you need to get done. Measure your habits in some way or another to see if you're staying on track. That's the important thing, that daily discipline. Okay, now with that, part of going from, being okay to becoming a professional is this one. Make sure you set up and you create a wow at every single step. I know you've heard of that concept of creating raving fans. What I want you to do is to become a professional. What amateurs do is they just do enough to get by. They just kind of do it. They hope it goes well. And, they got it done. So they're happy and they're proud enough. Just done is good enough. But what professionals try to do is they go, how do I wow here? How do I really wow people? You have that meeting with your prospect. When you go there, you wow them because you show up as a professional. You're dressed well. You wow them because you greet them. You shake their hand well. You wow them because you're the only one looking them in the eye across the lunch table or the coffee table, because what most people do is they're kind of talk to somebody, then they're checking the phone. Kind of talk, then they're looking around. Your eye contact is there. Your energy is there. You're abundant in flowing in your energy and the presence that you're giving to another person. It wows them. They're like, wow, they're just wowed by the fact that you're so present. Then they're wowed because you're prepared, because most people don't prepare at all. Then they're wowed because after your meeting, you send them a polite email saying, it was so wonderful to meet you. Thank you for sharing this thing about you and your family and what you're trying to do. Thank you for the generous things you said about what I'm doing or this product. I'm glad you like this specific product. If you'd like more, go ahead and email me back. I'm glad that you like this. Meaning you show them that you paid attention by in your email or your voice message follow-up or your text message follow-up saying, listen, I observed these things. I'm appreciative of them. Here's the next step. That's what professionals do. They wow at the follow-up. Most people try to follow up one time. Nice meeting you. Hope I can meet you again. That's it. That's the bare minimum. That's amateur hour. You should leave any prospect meeting with absolute strategic mind in place, having that desire and that intention to excel and saying, okay, how can I make sure that I follow up with this person over and over and over and over again until they buy or until they join this team? What must I do? And I've shared this before previously. It's such a part of what I'm always talking about. And I know that, Leon and team Eric and, Trevor and Mindy, they all know the same thing is so important. You don't build a great team or an organization within what you're trying to do unless you follow up over and over through countless no's. People always say no the first time. Stay their friend. Stay following up. Keep them involved. Let them know the new thing is coming out. Every time you get a new product out, reach out to everybody, even the people who said no. Because listen, people say no at specific times of their life. You know, I bet somebody offered you something this summer and you're like, I'm sorry, I'm on vacation, or I got the kids today. I can't. But if they'd offered it on a different day, you would have thought, maybe I'll do that. So in other words, you need to like follow up so often that they're literally wowed that you remember them. They're wowed that you're still in the hunt. Because you know who I love to buy from? Committed people. You know who I'm wowed by? People who stay in the chase over and over and over. And I know what happens for you people pleasers. Sometimes you go, oh my gosh, no, Brendon, I don't want to inconvenience. I don't want to seem like I'm pushing. You're not pushing. You're delivering great products that help them and their family. That's it. And you're recognizing timeliness. You know, I'm always wowed by, you know, someone asks me to do something, I say no, and 2 or 3 months later, they follow up and say, hey, Brendon, I remember when we were talking about this, and maybe that wasn't the right time for you, but this new thing is out. Would you like to check it out? I think you'd really like it. I'm always wowed. I go, that's a professional. You know who I love to buy from? Pros. You know who I don't buy from? Amateurs. I don't trust my wallet to amateurs who can't follow up. I trust my wallet to professionals who follow up. I trust my wallet to people who are in the game, who approach it like a business, not people who once in a while come around and then, you know, they see me and I said no, and then they're like, well, you know, they're all sheepish and weird. No, hey, Brendon, how you doing? Whether I bought or didn't buy, they still treat me with respect. They still remember the conversation. They're still honoring the relationship, whether or not they got what they wanted the first time. Some people, man, the easiest way to tell an amateur sometimes is that, honestly, they get awkward around selling. That's how you tell an amateur. They're awkward. They're embarrassed to offer, to suggest, to follow up because they think, oh, well, you know, I don't know if I should be doing this. And they're always wringing their hands. You know, amateurs are always like, yeah, they're weird. Now, listen, I'm not being disrespectful here because I'm an awkward, weird guy. If you met me, there's plenty of ways that I'm awkward and weird, but not about offering my products and services because I know they help people. And if you got something that can help people, you don't like be sheepish about it. You're like excited about it. That's what you got to be. You got to be excited that you can serve people and help people. That's really critical, isn't it? You know, that's how you know a pro. They're proud of what they're serving. They're proud of their contribution. They're proud of their business. They're proud of their organization. You all should be proud of what you're doing because you have one of the best organizations in the world doing what you're doing. Be proud of that. Be proud of that you represent Young Living. Be proud that you're giving your best. Be proud that you've got a team like today who reached out to me, who said, hey, can you help our people? Let's help them stay inspired. You know, let's wow our customers by bringing you on, Brendon. Let's wow our team and our people, Brendon. That matters to them. They didn't need to do this for you. Your organization, your team, your leaders are always trying to wow you guys by giving you more resources, more tools, more cheering you on, more incentives, like more pay, like everything they're trying to do is trying to wow you so you stay, so you serve the product, so you build the team, so you make this difference. So I hope that you'll see that that's happening all around you. Now you have to ask yourself, am I living that? Am I wowing the people am I meeting? I mean, think about the last 50 emails you sent. And you already know if you're an amateur or you're professional. I tell people that all the time. Show me your last 50 emails and I'll tell you whether or not you're professional. How well did you follow up? Did you use periods and commas? You know, did you attempt to capitalize? Did you spell the words right? You know, if you said there's an attachment, was the attachment there? I mean, these simple things. If you said you were going to get it done on Monday, did you do it on Monday? These things, here's the good news. These are such bare minimum things, but I want you to know most people aren't doing the bare minimum. So you really wow people when you're a person of integrity, when you're a person of professionalism. It's so easy to wow people today, which is great because that's how you're going to build your business. You know, I want people to love working with you. I want people to honor your professionalism. It just doesn't happen much anymore. You know, how you show up, how you speak, how you honor other people, how you follow up, those professional guidelines that I feel like they're being lost. I feel like so many people today, I don't know if it's just laziness or lack of training. I don't know if it's, lack of desire or will or motivation. But unfortunately, you and I both know a lot of people, they're barely even going through the motions. They don't even care. And so what happens? Because they don't care, their family suffers. They could be earning so much more if they were more disciplined and cared about becoming a professional, but instead they just do what's convenient and they do what's comfortable and easy and bare minimum. Don't be a bare minimum person. Be a person of excellence. Don't be a bare minimum person. Be a person who cares about mastery. Don't be a bare minimum person. Be a leader. Don't be a bare minimum person. Be someone who wants to wow the world with who you are, with your contributions. Don't be a bare minimum person. Be a person who wants to be a role model for your kids and for your family and the people who love and support you. Be the role model, not the bare minimalist. I hope that will help you, because you know what? You got more potential in you. And until you decide, I'm going to become a professional at this, it doesn't happen. Last big idea of becoming a professional for you all, which I know you will appreciate because you get to experience so often here, and that is make sure you develop your teams with more challenge. Develop your team with challenge. How do you know a professional at work? They're often the one challenging their team more than other people. Some people have a team, but they never talk to them. Some people have a team, they never send an email. Some people have a team, they do those things, but they never really challenge them to get in there, to be better, to develop themselves, to give every single thing they got. But that's what pros do. They're like demanding of other people's potential, not because they just want something from them, because they want to see them grow. Because you know what your greatest fulfillment will be? It won't be from the products. The products will be great. The products will pay. The products will build your business. But the greatest fulfillment you will have in this organization that you will ever experience anywhere else is the people that you know, and most importantly, that you develop. Because when someone comes to you and says, thank you so much for caring, you made me better. Because of you, I earn more for my family. Because of you, I feel stronger, more confident. I'm happier. Because of you, I made a difference. That's about becoming a pro. Pros really care about people development. They really care about the team. They really care about others excelling. And because they care so much about team, they're strategic about it. So watch what happens here. Watch what happens here. What happens when you take people development and you say, oh, you know what? I want to become a professional and develop people better. What happens when you say, you know what? I'm going to make sure that I have the intention to become one of the best leaders in this organization. What happens when you think about the people in your organization and you say, oh, look, I've got this calendar full. I'm meeting with this girl and this lady and this person and this organization at this time. Your calendar's full. What happens when you want to wow the people around you because you care enough to develop them and challenge them over and over and over again? You know what happens? Change. You know what happens? Progress. You know what happens? Higher earning. So my friends, I hope you take some of these ideas today and you'll become a pro, because there's not much time left in this year. I'll share a quick little story with you. When I wanted to become a professional writer, I used to think, oh, maybe one day I'll write my book. And I write here a little bit, I write there a little bit. I put some, words down on a napkin, and I was think, oh, well, I guess maybe it'll happen for me. And then one day I said, no, I want to become a professional writer. I want to be good at this. And you know what that did? It made me set that intention to research, to learn how to write. It made me set that intention to sit down and fill my calendar with times. Here's what I'm writing. This is what I'm writing. This is what I'm doing. It made me have that intention to develop the people around me so that I could have more time to write books, to put books out there. If you read High Performance Habits, that book never could have happened unless I developed other people around me and allowed them to grow in their full potential in our organization that gave me more time to do the things that specifically work for me. If I didn't have that intention to become a professional, I would have never met you here today. It's that discipline, that willingness to say, I want to become great. That willingness to say, I want to excel at this for me, my family, the people I can contribute to, and that very simple activities of the things we talked about today that can put you back on path. Listen, summer is over. It's time to get at it and go become extraordinary. I hope you all enjoyed this session. Thank you again for all of your support and all the great things you all do for Young Living. You know I use the products. You know I get fired up every time I talk with you guys. I usually end these things and I'm so excited I go do stuff. So I appreciate the time that every single month Mindy and Leon give me to be with you all. I appreciate each of you. I love seeing you out on the road and hearing about the difference that we're making here for you. And I support you in crushing it the rest of this year. The end of the year will come really fast from this point on out. So decide to become a professional and go get it done. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Leon. Thanks, Mindy. Thanks, Trevor and Eric. Thanks, everybody, for having me here today. I appreciate you all.
Oh, Brendon, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. What a great call. Great information. Brendon never, ever disappoints. I love pretty much everything he said. I loved. Some of the key things that I took for personally are just, guys, we really do only have 90 days left. Like, there is only 90 days left. So what are we going to do in these last 90 days of the year to ensure that we have amazing 2020? How are we going to be strategic in our planning and our calendar planning? You know, what are we going to do? How are we going to wow those people around us, you know, and develop our team, demand more out of them. I love what he said about demanding other people's potential, demand it. And then, you know, just the greatest fulfillment, I agree with him 100%. The greatest fulfillment that we find is just on those, is in those people that we develop. And I really, truly believe that. That is the greatest joy that we find, is just, you know, helping and seeing and watching those people and helping them to develop and become that person that they were, that leader that they were always meant to be. So thank you so much, Brendon. Again, we really appreciate you being on the call today and all the great information.
My pleasure, Leon. Have a great day, man. I appreciate you so much.
Thanks, man. Okay, so last thing, I just want to remind you of a few things. I know Mindy talked about it. That reactivation promo ends at the end of this this month, this Saturday. So take advantage of that. What a cool promotion to take advantage of. And then it is the end of the month, guys. So those of you that are pushing the end of the month, like if you know somebody that's pushing, in the chat box right now, put in their information. Let us know who you're pushing for a new rank. If you're pushing to, you know, whatever you're pushing for right now, whatever rank that is, put that in the chat box so we can cheer you on from here from Utah, and so that our other leaders can cheer you on as you're pushing with the, you know, the last week of the month to really make sure that you're giving it everything you have to hit that new rank, and we're cheering you on here from Utah and doing everything we can to support you in that as well. So put your information in, let us know if you're pushing, and everyone else cheer them on. All right. All right, guys, thanks so much for another great week, Weekly Dose of Valor. We will be here again next week, same time, same place. And everyone take care. We'll see you soon.